welcome in to Dalton Gym in Newark, New Jersey, which is the site of this year's NJISAA Prep A state title game between the Blair Academy Buccaneers and the St. Benedict's Prep Gray Bees. Happy to have you with us here on Play-by-Play Productions. I'm Chris Markowitz, and for the 11th meeting in a row in the prep title game, it's Blair versus Benedict. Let's take a look at the starting lineups. First for the visiting Buccaneers, Jaden Lamont, Jaden Williams, Luke Paragon, Carnegie Johnson, and Ian Amegwu are the starting five for Joe Mantegna, who is in his 24th season leading the Buccaneers. He has won 4 Prep A titles and led the squad to 14 MAPL titles, including this year's. And now let's take a look at the starting lineup for the home squad and the defending champs in the Prep A, the St. Benedict's Prep Gray Bees. As they're starting, Ademar Santos, DeAndre Williams, Braylon Smith, Alize Johnson, and Lajay Dembele, led by Mark Taylor, who is in his 12th season as head coach of the Gray Bees, and he has won 8 NJISAA prep titles in his tenure, including that title in 2022, so last year. And he has had quite the run with St. Benedict's so far. It is a packed house, a sellout crowd here at Dalton Gymnasium in the Brick City, as we'll take a pause for the national anthem and return for tip-off, in the Prep A title game. 8-0 lead for St. Benedict's over Blair Academy here in the first quarter. Chris Markowitz here for Play-by-Play Productions. Santos with triples on back-to-back possessions, and then Dembele with the reverse layup. As St. Benedict's off to a dream start. 3 on the way, and it's blocked. Rejected by St. Benedict's. The high arcing jumper no good. Dembele with the board. St. Benedict's Prep looking to take a double-digit lead less than 3 minutes into the contest. As they work it around the perimeter, it's deflected out by Williams. Sub into the contest now for Blair as Paragon goes to the bench, replaced by Jack Bailey, the 6'9" forward, who is just a sophomore. On the drive, Johnson took the extra step, and we'll head the other direction. Blair Academy looking to crack the scoreboard as the Buccaneers have tried a number of three-point shots here in the opening quarter, just haven't gotten anything to fall. Carnegie Johnson on the drive, nifty move, can't finish, and the rebound is with St. Benedict's. So a lid still on the rim for the Buccaneers as St. Benedict's goes to work ahead 8-0. Santos again, this time wide open, and he drills it. Adamar Santos cannot miss. An ATM tonight, automatic three-point machine. And St. Benedict's leads 11-zip. Johnson swings. The Buccaneers desperate 4 points here as we're 3.5 minutes in and they're still scoreless. 8 to shoot, whistle on the drive, and Williams was bumped. They get the foul on Santos. It's his first and the first of the contest. But 9 points for Santos, who lit up Blair Academy for 13 second-half points when these two teams met back on January 18th. That was a close game, an 84-81 victory for St. Benedict's Prep. As here's a deflection out of bounds. We'll stay on this side of the floor. Blair desperate for some points, really struggling to get quality looks. The St. Benedict's Prep defense has been stellar to start. Three on the way for Blair, around the rim and out for Emegwu. And the shooting woes continue for Blair Academy. On the other end, it goes all net for Braylon Smith, and a timeout is taken by Blair Academy as St. Benedict's opens up a 14-0 run. We'll keep it here. Chris Markowitz here for Play-by-Play Productions. And St. Benedict's led by their head coach, Mark Taylor, who is looking for another state title in the Prep A. This is his 12th year as head coach of the Gray Bees, and he's looking for title number 9. Check that, in the Prep A. He came to St. Benedict's after an 11-year tenure coaching at St. Joe's of Metuchen, and he is one of the most successful coaches, not just in the state of New Jersey, but in the country, as his squad is out to a 14-0 lead here at home with 13 minutes and 53 seconds to play in the first half, and the crowd is loving every bit of it. Adamar Santos with 9 points to lead all scorers. He's got 3 triples already. Braylon Smith with a 3, Dembele with a layup. And Blair Academy is searching for answers right now. Just unable to get anything going offensively. This is the polar opposite of what we saw when these two teams met back in January. In that contest, there were 11 lead changes in the first half. Spin into the lane by Lamont. He drops it off, and the layup goes for Jack Bailey. So finally on the board is Blair Academy. Zambelli swings to the right wing, 12 to shoot. Open triple again, and it rattles home. That was the easiest look of the night. DeAndre Williams cashes in, and St. Benedict's Prep can do no wrong from behind the arc tonight. On the drive, Lamont draws the contact, so he'll head to the stripe. We'll see who they get the foul on. And it looks like it's on number 11, Jack Bailey. So 2 free throws here for Lamont. Subs waiting to check in for both sides. Jaden Lamont, our player to watch for Blair Academy. He's committed to play at William and Mary as his first free throw falls. Subs into the contest now for both squads with 12:54 left to play in the first half. Lamont, the leader of this Buccaneers squad, as he nets both free throws to make it a 13-point contest. Ball goes out of bounds. We'll stay here. Good defense by Rippey on the ball handler. That was Alize Johnson at the controls. On the baseline, Johnson goes up, doesn't get the roll, but he'll head to the line and shoot a pair. So Alize Johnson at the charity stripe now. Johnson averaging 12 points and 6.5 assists per game this season. He has been the floor general in his senior year for the Gray Bees, as his first free throw falls, and now the officials meet to discuss something away from the ball. Not sure if there was an issue with the clock or something's going on in the crowd. And we might be having someone ejected here. Good officiating crew on for today's contest, as it's Jack Baum, Jerry Moleone, and Trey Sanders working here today. As a groan from the crowd now. It looks like one of the spectators here in our capacity crowd will have to join us for the live stream to watch the rest of this game, as the officials are having someone exit the gym. 12 minutes and 36 seconds left on the clock here in the first half. It's an 18-4 lead for St. Benedict's Prep, who has been led by a dominant first half effort by Adamar Santos. He's drained 3 out of 3 triples. They've gotten contributions from everybody out on the floor. And they're playing well on the defensive end, holding Blair to 4 points through the first 5.5 minutes of the game. Both free throws fall for Johnson. On the baseline, the layup goes. An easy deuce for Jack Bailey off a good setup. So Blair Academy has figured things out offensively here in the last few possessions. What they're going to need to turn up defensively to get back into this contest. Whistle here, and the steal leads to a foul. So the foul is against Benedict. It's on Johnson for the reach-in. Blair will have possession. First foul of the contest called against St. Benedict's. Rippey to the left wing. On the baseline, it's a travel. An extra step by Williams, and St. Benedict's will take over. Johnson kicks. It's deflected, but the officials say last touch by David Johnson. So we switch possessions, and Blair takes over again, and this is exactly what the Buccaneers need to do. Settle down defensively, get some stops, and work for quality looks on the offensive end. Williams goes to work, tough drive, but gets it to go. Jaden Williams, the 6-foot junior guard with a big bucket in the lane, and it's an 11-point contest. Smith. Now Johnson. Johnson on the drive, the spin, the floater, no good. Dembele with the board. Johnson, great feed, but the finish too strong by Smith. Rebound once again goes to the Gray Bees. Alize Johnson, pass off target, and it's a turnover. So St. Benedict's with a number of quality looks, just unable to finish inside the paint. Blair Academy getting the stops that they need as they have a chance to make it a single-digit game with under 11 minutes to play in the half. Skip to the corner. Paragon puts it on the deck. Johnson, tough runner. Might have been blocked by Dembele as the Gray Bees go the other direction. Contact and an offensive foul is the call. Braylon Smith barrels into Luke Paragon, the 6'4 senior who got there first. And the Blair Academy defense has found its stride midway through the first half as a trio of subs check in now for the Buccaneers. Jaden Lamond returns along with Lucas Schmid and Ian Emegwu. St. Benedict's was off to a 14-0 start. Since then, though, Blair has opened up an 8-4 run. Make that an 8-5 run. As Smith loses the basketball out of bounds. That's off Lamond, excuse me. And we'll head the other direction. Into the game now for St. Benedict's Prep is Maurice Vassell. He replaces DeAndre Williams. Vassell, a 6'10 junior from New York, adds some size and length on the perimeter. Smith through the lane, drops it off. Vassell fresh out onto the floor, and he is whistled for a 3-second violation. Tough start to the contest for Vassell, who turns it over within his first 20 seconds out on the floor. Under 10 minutes left to play here in the first half. Blair with another chance to make it a single-digit contest. Lamond gets his own miss but can't connect. Jaden Lamond struggling early on in the game. Has 2 free throws, but that's it. He's missed a number of close-range shots which normally go for him. Johnson with a nifty spin and the finish. Put that on a highlight reel. Alize Johnson. Rippy outside. Emegwu too strong. And a whistle as Paragon muscles for the board and will head to the stripe. The foul is on Vassell. And it looks like DeAndre Williams will return and take his place for St. Benedict's, as Paragon will shoot a pair. For Blair Academy, they hit 10 three-pointers when these two teams played back on January 18th, but they have struggled from behind the line today. No threes yet for the Buccaneers, and they're getting good looks. Williams returns, and he'll take the place of Braylon Smith. 9 minutes and 18 seconds left to play here in the first half as Paragon drains both. Benedict's with the ball, ahead by 11. Williams, the floater, doesn't get the bounce. Rippey skies for the board. He might have hit his head on the backboard there. He flew for that rebound. Rippey, skip pass. Lamont to the corner. Paragon got them all. Big triple for Luke Paragon as the Buccaneers finally hit one from distance, and it's an 8-point contest. Johnson into the lane. Second clutch. The shot was blocked by Rippey, but they whistle for a foul, and they get Rippey with the foul. Wasn't sure if it was going to be on him or for the body contact by the help defender. But the foul is on Rippey, and it sends Johnson to the line with 8.5 minutes left to play here in the first half, as Alizé Johnson is beginning to heat up here for the Gray Bees. He's got a 3 already, a nifty spin move and finish at the cup. And he knocks down the first free throw as subs come in for both teams. Johnson returns for Blair Academy. Two for two from the stripe goes Johnson, as Braylon Smith is back to replace Alizé Johnson. 10-point game with 8.5 left to play in the first half. Lamond off the hesitation. Paragon into the lane, too strong. Rebound Dembele. Laji Dembele, who has signed to play at Iowa next year for Fran McCaffrey, hasn't had much of an impact offensively yet in this game, but has pulled down a number of quality rebounds. Listed at 6'9", 230. He launches a 3, and it's off the window, too strong. Rebound goes to Emegwu. Johnson kicks to the corner, three-pointer, all net for Lucas Schmid. So a couple triples here midway through the first half have gotten the Buccaneers back within 7. Baseline drive, it's denied. Good defense by Schmid. The Gray Bees with the rebound, and the layup too strong by Smith. Well defended, but it's turned over. Johnson with the steal, he goes up. No good, rebound Dembele. And the Gray Bees will work it in the half court now, setting up their offense. Johnson up top. Johnson launches a triple, no good. Fight for the board, and it's pulled in off the ground by Johnson. Carnegie Johnson into the lane, and it's stolen by David Johnson. Timeout taken by St. Benedict's Prep. They'll talk things over with 6:43 left to play here in the first half. We'll keep it here. Chris Markowitz here for Play-by-Play Productions. It was a 14-0 lead for St. Benedict's to start the contest, but Blair Academy has creeped back into it thanks to some solid coaching and adjustments by their leader, Joe Mantegna, who is in his 24th season at the helm for Blair Academy. He has led the Buccaneers to 4 NJISAA Prep A titles, most recently in 2019 against this very opponent, St. Benedict's. And he also led this Blair team to the MAPL title earlier this year for the 14th time in his career. Another decorated resume for Coach Joe Mantegna. This is a rivalry now between Blair and St. Benedict's that has become one of the most storied rivalries in New Jersey, a state that is rich with high school basketball traditions, as these two teams have met in each of the previous 10 Prep A title games. So this is the 11th meeting in a row in the Prep A between these two squads. And so far it has lived up to the hype. A 7-point contest with 6:43 left to go in the first half. And a sellout crowd. It's standing room only at this point for spectators who are showing up late to this game. Three-pointer from the corner, all net for Braylon Smith. And now a whistle away from the ball as the officials just wanted things to be reset here with the clock. So a 10-point game once again, thanks to the triple by Smith. On the drive, Williams with the adjustment and finish. Jaden Williams with the deuce. Johnson, another spin, kicks for Dembele. He puts it on the deck and scoops it in for two. The big fella showing off the fancy footwork. Williams over to Lamont. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Johnson kicks for Williams. 17-foot Jay rattles out. Rebound goes to Johnson. Johnson sets up the half-court offense. Looking for Dembele. 12 to shoot. And Williams is bumped. The foul is on Bailey. Fifth team foul against Blair Academy, so they're 2 away from the bonus here with just over 5 minutes to play in the half. Dembele tries the hook shot, but it's blocked. Floorboard goes to Lamont, but he throws it away. Looking for Bailey, but his pass sails out of bounds. An uncharacteristic turnover there for Lamont, and him and Bailey were not on the same page as Bailey curled to the corner. I think Lamont wanted him to take a harder angle to the hoop. Johnson tries a lob, swatted right back at him by Lamont. Now Johnson from 12 feet left it short. Rebound Bailey. Lamont to the corner. Blair Academy resets. Williams, who's had the hot hand here, goes for the layup, count it, and the foul. Tough finish inside for Jaden Williams, who continues to attack the cup. And he's got a chance for an old-fashioned three-point play. Schmid returns along with Emegwu for Blair. And Khalid Bakari checks in for the first time today for St. Benedict's. 4.5 minutes left to play here in the first half. Excellent play here by Jaden Williams, doing all he can to keep Blair Academy in the contest. Williams through a double team, rejected. Great defense by Paragon. And Blair sets up on the other end. Schmid, now Williams. He rejects the screen, goes on the drive, the layup too strong. Rebound goes to Bakari. Johnson nearly threw it into the stands, an athletic save made by DeAndre Williams. Johnson wants the ISO, spins baseline. 18-footer is an air ball, floorboard to Smith, and he puts it in for two. So a great play by Braylon Smith to identify the air balls, catch it off one bounce on the floor, and put it in for two. And a missed chance there for Blair to come away with a big stop. Williams knifes inside. Pass off target for Emegwu as the Buccaneers have to reset. 6 seconds to shoot. Schmidt on the drive. Kicks to Williams. Has to put it up. And it's no good. Dembele fights for the rebound. And the Grabies slow it down. Jack Bailey goes to the scorer's table and waits to check in now for Blair Academy. St. Benedict's looking to push it back to a double-figure lead. Three-pointer way off the mark by Smith. Schmidt with the easy deuce. Lucas Schmidt with a couple buckets here in the first half, and it's once again a 7-point contest. But that 7-point deficit has been the glass ceiling for Blair Academy. Haven't been able to get closer than that here in the first half. Johnson over to Smith. No good. Dembele with the board. Johnson, extra pass and an easy finish for Khalid Bakari. His first bucket of the day off an unselfish find by Braylon Smith. So every time Blair Academy seems to be going on a run, the Grabies have the answer. Johnson kicks. Paragon, bang! Luke Paragon with another big triple, and it's a 6-point game. He has been lights out in the first half for Blair Academy. Whistle here, it's going to be against Paragon. Oh, check that. They get Lucas Schmidt with the foul, but Schmidt was on the baseline. I don't think that was the correct identification by the officials. That's what's going to go into the book, but didn't look like it was the right call there. 6th team foul on Blair. So the next will be free throws for St. Benedict's. Dembele. Good pump fake, drives inside, rejected by Bailey. Lamont to the corner, 3 for Bailey, short. That would have made it a 1-possession game. And now St. Benedict slows it down. The Grabies want a quality look here. Less than a minute to play in the first half. Williams to Dembele. Baseline jumper, no good. Another offensive board for Bakari, who's tripped up in the open court. Bailey fouled on his way to the rim, and it's a pair of free throws generated by the hustle of Jack Bailey, who picks up the loose ball in transition and earns a trip to the stripe. 39.9 seconds left to play here in the half. And what a game this has turned out to be. St. Benedict's Prep, if you're just joining us now, got out to a 14-0 lead. It looked like they were going to run away with it. But Blair has fought right back into it as Bailey misses the first. Back into the contest for the Bucks is Jaden Williams. He replaces Duran Rippey. One for 2 trip to the line for Bailey. Back in for St. Benedict's is David Johnson. And it's a 5-point game. This is the closest the game has been since 2 minutes into it, when Blair Academy trailed St. Benedict's 6-0. Adamar Santos got off to a hot start. He's got 9 points on 3 triples, but we haven't seen much of him due to foul trouble as Dembele launches a 3, no good. Shot clock unplugged as the Buccaneers can hold for the final attempt of the half. Lamond into the front court. Lamond around a screen. Johnson on the drive, off the window, the putback doesn't go. And we'll head into halftime with St. Benedict's ahead of Blair Academy by 5. But an entertaining first half here in the Prep A Boys Basketball State Championship game. We'll take a break, but don't go anywhere. You're watching a good one. It's the Prep A Championship Contest presented by Play by Play Productions. Welcome back into Dalton Gym. Chris Markowitz here for Play-by-Play Productions. And there you see Laji Dembele, our player to watch coming into the game for St. Benedict's Prep. Just 4 points in the first half for Dembele, but he had a number of big rebounds, offensive boards, defensive boards, and was an impact player in the first half for his team, which leads Blair Academy 32-27 as we are moments away from the second half here at Dalton Gym. We're going to take another quick break and return with second half action. You're watching the NJISAA Prep A Championship game in boys basketball right here on Play-by-Play Productions. Second half about to get underway here at Dalton Gym. It's the NJISAA Prep A Boys Basketball Championship game. St. Benedict's with the ball going right to left on your screen, and they hold a 5-point advantage. St. Benedict's got off to a 14-0 lead about 4 minutes into the contest, but Blair Academy able to bring it back within 5 thanks to some sharp shooting out there by Luke Paragon, who hit a pair of triples in the first half. Layup falls for Adamar Santos, who is right back to where he was starting this game offensively. 9 points in the first half off 3 for 3 shooting from distance. Had to sit a lot because of foul trouble. He's got 2 fouls in the contest, but the first player into double figures now with 11 points. The rebound goes to Blair. Lamond way off on the runner, and Jaden Lamond continues to struggle with his shot here today. Dembele in the post, kicks outside. Johnson, 12 to shoot. Smith, no good, but he gets his own miss. Contact and will head the other way. Braylon Smith, not a fan of the call, but it looked like it was the correct one as he lowered his right shoulder and barreled into his defender. A great environment here in Brick City. It's the 11th consecutive meeting of these two teams in the Prep A title game. Blair has won 2 of the previous 10 contests. St. Benedict's Prep has won 8. Benedict's the defending champions. They won it all here on this very gym a year ago. Tough drive as Lamond can't finish. Johnson slows things down. St. Benedict's trying to play a bit slower offensively as they were playing a quick pace the first 8 or 9 minutes of the first half, but then they began to turn the ball over a bit too much. So Mark Taylor making the adjustment here for his squad. This has turned into a defensive battle Three on the way, too strong by Williams. Lamond in transition, nearly throws it away. Paragon off target to the corner. And Blair with another turnover. So the Buccaneers with 3 straight empty possessions here in the second half. It was a 3-point shootout when these two teams met earlier this season. But right now it's the defenses doing their work here this evening. Tough runner, and it goes again for Santos. Adamar Santos having the game of his life as he pushes it back to a 9-point lead for the Gray Bees. 13 points for Santos. Paragon puts it on the deck. The runner, good for Williams. Jaden Williams with the first basket of the half for Blair. He's now got 9 points in the contest to lead the Bucks. Johnson to Santos. 4-3, still hasn't missed. Unbelievable. Adamar Santos, 4 for 4 from long range. And he can do no wrong tonight as it's a 10-point lead once again for St. Benedict's Prep. 16 points in the game for Santos. He lit up Blair Academy for 13 second-half points earlier this season, and he continues to be a Bucks killer as Williams drops in the tough deuce. Jaden Williams from just inside the arc. He has all 4 points in the second half for Blair, and they have needed him as he's got 11 total to lead the Bucks. Dembele backs in to the baseline. Finish doesn't fall for Smith, but he gets his own miss and powers it in for 2. St. Benedict's getting the looks they want early on in the second half. Lamont stops on a dime, kicks outside. Now Paragon left it short. Johnson over to Smith. 3-ball, too strong. Blair looking to go quickly the other way. Paragon drops it off. Emegwu can't handle the pass, and it's stolen by the Gray Bees. Johnson slows things down, and that's the pace that St. Benedict's wants to play at here in the second half. A controlled style of basketball in the half court. Williams to the corner. Johnson for 3, yes! Alize Johnson with the triple, and it's a 13-point lead for the Gray Bees. So Johnson with 9 points now. That's his first bucket in the second half. Williams puts it behind the back, throws it over to Paragon. 10 to shoot. Paragon, extra pass. Emegwu, no good. St. Benedict's has outscored Blair Academy 12-4 here in the second half. Spin move, too strong on the finish by Johnson. Williams to Paragon, who bobbles the delivery, and he watches 2 points trickle out of bounds. Whistle here, and a timeout taken by Blair Academy with 12:24 left to play in the second half. We'll take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the NJISAA Prep A Championship game on Play by Play Productions. Adamar Santos lighting it up in the championship game of the Prep A tournament. 9 points in the first half off 3 triples, and he's got 7 points in the second half, 16 total, and he has not missed tonight. A stellar performance by Santos, and St. Benedict's in complete control right now, ahead by 13. Chris Markowitz here for Play-by-Play Productions. Johnson kicks. Williams, front rim. Rebound collected by Jaden Williams, who brings it the other way. Johnson over to Williams. And Blair Academy has struggled offensively here in the second half. Just 4 points for the Buccaneers as we're 6 minutes into the half, and Williams turns it over. Johnson outside. Williams, front rim once again, rebound by Rippey. 2-on-1 the other way, and a beautiful reverse inside by Carnegie Johnson. Aggressive take as he had a cutter in the corner, but elects to go up with it on the reverse, and it's an 11-point game. Santos left open and finally misses. Adamar Santos was 4 for 4 from distance until leaving that jumper short. Williams lost control of the basketball going up for the layup, and the Graybees bring it the other way. Timeout on the floor as Mark Taylor wants to talk things over with his squad, and we'll take another break. 10:53 left to play in regulation. You're watching the NJISAA Prep A championship game. The Graybees fired up here at home as their mascot getting the crowd into it. St. Benedict's ahead of Blair Academy 44-33 with 10:53 left to play in the second half of the Prep A Boys State Championship game. Chris Markowitz here for Play-by-Play Productions. And it's St. Benedict's ball out of the timeout. Dembele pump fakes, goes up, and converts. 6 points now in the contest for Dembele, his first basket of the second half. 3 on the other end goes for Carnegie Johnson. That's a big answer for him. 10-point contest. Johnson backs inside and turns it over. 3-on-2 the other way. Carnegie Johnson puts on the brakes, finds Williams. To the corner. 3 for Bailey, left it short. Rebound Johnson. Fast break here for the Graybees. Smith converts. Braylon Smith with the deuce, and it's a 12-point lead for St. Benedict's. Johnson, deep triple, no good. Floorboard collected by Rippey. Bailey, no good, but he'll shoot a pair. And the foul is on Alize Johnson. That is his third, so we might see him go to the bench here. Bailey to the line. He's got 5 points in the contest, 1 for 2 from the stripe today. 9:40 left to play, so still a lot of time for Blair to make a comeback as Bailey hits the first. Johnson goes to the bench for St. Benedict's. as Maurice Vassell returns. So St. Benedict's able to get a 13-point lead here in the second half, but Blair beginning to cut into it once again. Remember, they trailed 14-0 to start, made it a 5-point contest at the half. And Bailey does just what he needs to do. He hits both free throws, and it's once again a 10-point game. Williams over to Smith. Johnson double teamed. Ball's loose. Stays with the Gray Bees. 7 to shoot. Shot on the way. Bang! DeAndre Williams with a big-time bucket. His second triple of the contest. And that makes it a 13-point lead, but a foul on the other end. And this is against David Johnson, so his second foul of the contest. And it's a side out for Blair. Johnson at the free throw line. Back out to Lamond. Lamond on the drive with the tough finish. And maybe that flips the script for Jaden Lamond. Just 4 points in the game for him. And now a whistle after the fact. And it's a whistle for a delay of game, a warning after the fact. So no technical, no foul, but a delay of game warning is the call. 11-point lead for the boys in gray. Johnson with a nifty cross. Ball deflected out and will stay here. Johnson to inbounds. Vassell up top, 12 on the shot clock for the Gray Bees. Johnson settles for the triple, but it's way off. Rebound to Rippey. Teron Rippey, extra feed, count it, and the foul. Luke Paragon will head to the line for the old-fashioned three-point play. Jaden Williams trying to check in here. And he will return for Blair Academy. Big bucket for Paragon, who's into double figures now with 10 points for Blair Academy. It was a great setup by Teron Rippey, who hasn't scored yet for the Buccaneers, but has pulled in a number of quality rebounds and gets the assist on that play. Paragon drops in the freebie, and it's an 8-point contest. Johnson dribbles up top. Santos, well guarded. Great defense there by Rippey. Pull-up jumper from 13, wet. Braylon Smith tickles the twine, and it's a 10-point lead. Rippey to the corner. Lamond traveled. St. Benedict's has kept Lamond in check here today. Just 4 points for the senior guard. Johnson hoists a triple and knocks it down. Second three of the half for Johnson. He's got 12 points. Lamond to Williams, too strong on the lefty layup. And now a whistle from away from the ball. And the foul is on number 24 of Blair Academy, in Emegwu. That is Emegwu's first foul. First team foul of the half for Blair. And St. Benedict's with a chance to put some more distance between themselves and the Bucks. Santos up top. Johnson on the spin. The floater, no good. Lamond races the other way, has an open man. Paragon kicks. The pass was just a bit out in front of him, but Williams wide open from the corner. And it's a big triple for him. 10-point game, and Jaden Williams with 14 points to lead Blair tonight. He has been their best player out on the floor. Smith to Dembele. Santos, well defended by Rippey. Double team, and Williams nearly ripped it away clean from Vassell, but it goes out of bounds, and we'll keep it here. 7 seconds on the shot clock for St. Benedict's. Carnegie Johnson returns here for Blair and replaces Lamond as DeAndre Williams checks back in for St. Benedict's. And St. Benedict's has been so good late in the shot clock here in the second half. As the shot clock resets and the officials are going to talk this over at the scorer's table. Should be about 4 seconds on the shot clock. So we'll have another inbound. This time a side out from in front of the St. Benedict's bench. Actually, no, they're going to do it from the baseline once again. Six minutes and 16 seconds left to play here in regulation, and this is a crucial point in this game. The officials still talking things over. A basket here for St. Benedict's makes it a 12 or 13-point game. A stop for Blair gives them a chance to make it a single-digit contest. And every bucket down the stretch plays such a big role in the momentum of the contest. Still having conversations now between the St. Benedict's coaching staff and the officials. A lot of confusion out on the floor. A raucous crowd here at Dalton Gym, making it difficult for the officials and coaches to hear one another. But it will be a side out from in front of the St. Benedict's bench. 4 seconds on the shot clock for the Gray Bees. Johnson to get it in. Smith has to fire. No good, shot clock violation. Blair a bit frustrated that the fast break is taken away, but it's the right call. Shot clock had clearly expired before the rebounds. That's a big stop for Blair Academy. As time is running out here in the second half. Emegwu 4-3, bang! Huge triple for Ian Emegwu to make it a 7-point contest. And that's his first bucket of the day. Couldn't have picked a better time to get it. Johnson outside. From the corner, Williams can't answer. And the floorboard goes to Rippey, nearly lost it. But he settles it down in the half court. Rippey stripped by Williams. Jaden Williams gets it back. Paragon resets for Blair. Paragon lost it, stolen away by Williams. Dembele stripped but fouled. They get Jaden Williams with the contact. And it's going to be free throws for Dembele. With 5 minutes and 20 seconds left to play here in the half. Dembele at the line. He hit 2 crucial free throws when these two teams met on January 18th to ice the contest. 6 points tonight for Olaji Dembele, who adds to his total with his first make. Dembele, a member of the Mali national team. He played on their 19U squad in the World Cup as he goes 1 for 2 from the stripe. Rebound Paragon. Johnson, lefty runner, no, but he'll go to the line. Foul is on Braylon Smith, his second. And this is exactly what Blair Academy wants. A trip to the line, the clock stopped, and a chance to cut into the lead. Johnson with just 3 points in the contest. He had 19 points earlier this season when these two teams met and was the lead scorer in that game, but hasn't been able to get going offensively here today. 4 points now for Johnson after the free throw. 7-point contest. Lamont waits to check in for Blair. 5 minutes left to play in regulation. Dembele faces up. Now Santos spins baseline, has to give it up. 8 to shoot. Smith, step back jumper, yes! Tough look for Braylon Smith, but he connects on the step back jack. Huge bucket for St. Benedict's. Paragon cuts baseline, and it's an easy deuce off the feed from Johnson. Fundamental basketball there. Paragon with 5 points in the second half. He has 13 points in the contest. Johnson wants the screen. The spin, the floater, and a trip to the line. Foul is on Paragon, his first. Joe Montagna not happy with the whistle. As Johnson goes to the line. And I can kind of understand where Coach Montagna is coming from. That's one of those gray area calls. There's contact, but do you really want that amount of contact to be whistled for a foul the way that this game's been officiated? It's been a relatively physical game. The officials letting these two teams battle it out. As Santos goes to the bench for St. Benedict's with 4:08 to play. Johnson will shoot another. One for two trip to the line for Johnson, and it's an 8-point game. Carnegie Johnson off target, rebound Dembele. And for the Gray Bees, they will take a timeout and talk it over with 3:47 left to play in the NJISAA Boys Prep A Basketball State Championship game. We'll take a break. Don't go anywhere. Today's action presented by Play by Play Productions. 3:47 left to play in regulation of the NJISAA Prep A Boys Basketball Championship game. Chris Markowitz here for Play-by-Play Productions. This has been a fun one. Back and forth action. St. Benedict's got out to a 14-0 lead in the first half. Blair Academy made it a 5-point contest going into halftime. The Gray Bees have led by as many as 13 points here in the second half, but the Buccaneers have kept it close. Big possession here for both squads. Johnson to Dembele. Three-pointer, no good. Rebound to Williams. 4-on-2 the other way. And Megwu, huge triple, can't connect. Johnson on the other end. Smith, front rim. Santos with the offensive board. Drops it off to Dembele, and he makes it a 10-point game. Big swing there. And Megwu over to Williams. Open triple. Too strong. And the ball is deflected out. Last touch by Blair. As St. Benedict's Prep has possession of the rock and a 10-point lead with 3:06 left to play. Still a lot of time left in regulation for St. Benedict's. They want to use up the shot clock, get quality looks. For Blair, a stop on this possession is imperative. Johnson, checked by Lamont, puts it behind the back, spins inside, drops it off for Dembele, and that is a huge bucket, might be the dagger. As Blair Academy takes a timeout with 2:39 left to play in regulation. And we'll take another break. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the 2023 NJISAA Prep A Boys Basketball Championship game presented by Play-by-Play Productions. .239 left to play in the Prep A Boys Basketball State Championship game. The Gray Bees can feel it. They are less than 3 minutes away from 3 consecutive Prep A titles. Blair needs buckets and needs stops in order to make this a contest down the stretch. Lamont to Williams. Step back triple. Air ball. And St. Benedict's will take its time on this possession, ahead by 12. Johnson guarded by Lamont. Johnson with a couple nifty handles. Bakari hands off to Johnson. Jacks up the tray, all net! Braylon Smith with the three-pointer, and that is the dagger. It's a 15-point game. Williams will head to the stripe. 1:47 left to play. But it is an uphill battle, to say the least, now for Blair Academy after that three-point shot goes. Williams hits the first. .13-point lead for St. Benedict's. Santos left open, can't do that. He's not going to miss. Fifth triple of the night for Adamar Santos on 6 attempts. 19 points for him. 3 on the other way and doesn't go. Whistle here. And we'll stay on this end of the floor with 1:22 left to play. Paragon, pump fake, triple, no good. Rebound Williams. Johnson is fouled in transition. And they will send him to the line, it looks like, with 1:12 left to play. I don't believe he should be at the line. Only 4 fouls against Blair, and they make the adjustment. It will be a side out for the Gray Bees, who lead by 16. The score is 70-54. Blair trailing St. Benedict's. And the Gray Bees are 2 possessions away from back-to-back state titles as Johnson is fouled. 5th team foul against Blair. And Coach Montagna and the Bucks might be playing the foul game here. But this is going to be a massive uphill battle as they trail by 16 points. We'll see when they call off the troops. Foul here is on Williams. 6th team foul. The next will send the Gray Bees to the line. The home crowd getting into it now. They can feel it. This one just a matter of time as whistle here, and Santos cracks 21 points after the goaltending is called. So Adamar Santos will finish with a 20-plus point performance here in the Prep A title game. Whistle against Johnson. He's guilty of the foul, and it will be free throws for Blair Academy as St. Benedict's Prep is into the bonus with 17 fouls. Williams hits the front end of the 1-and-1. Solid game tonight for Jaden Williams. 14 points for him after the miss. Rebound goes to Smith. But St. Benedict's will prove to be too much to handle as they'll work the ball around, just take some time off the clock here. Mark Taylor, moments away from his 9th Prep A title with Benedict's. The layup goes for Alize Johnson. Big second half for him. 9 points in the second half for Johnson. Shot clock unplugged here. Santos goes up with it and gets the kind bounce. Adamar Santos can't miss tonight, folks. 23 points for the senior. And it's time to celebrate for St. Benedict's Prep for the 2nd year in a row and 3rd time in 4 years. The Gray Bees are the Prep A state champions. Another state championship in the Prep A for the St. Benedict's Prep Gray Bees. 3 in a row now for Mark Taylor. We didn't have a championship game in 2021 due to COVID, but they won it all in 2020. They won it in 2022, and they win it again here today. A stellar performance by his squad, led by Adamar Santos, who drops in 23 points in the victory. And it's time for the Graybees to celebrate with their home crowd. Thank you so much to everyone for joining us here on a historic championship game. The final score in this one, St. For our crew here at Dalton Gym, I'm Chris Markowitz saying so long and good night, as we'll turn it over to the PA mic as Blair Academy will celebrate the Prep A title. Congrats to the Graybees.
And the trophy. The trophy that goes, that your label every year with the winner, that travels with the winning team. Thank God it doesn't have to travel too far. I'll stay right here in St. Benedict.
Well, you heard it. That trophy's not going anywhere. It stays in the trophy case here at St. Benedict's. Final score in the Prep A championship game. The St. Benedict's Prep Graybees 76. The Blair Academy Buccaneers 55. Blair gave it a strong effort, but they ultimately fall short, and it's 3 in a row for the Graybees. That'll do it for us here tonight. For our crew here at Play by Play Productions, I'm Chris Markowitz saying so long and good night from Dalton Gym.